Hey, how's everybody doing? I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I'm testing out my system, so since I'm testing out my system, I wanted to share a weekly challenge. So I'm listening to a little reggae music. I got a couple of people that's going to join in. So as you join in, just enjoy listening to a little reggae music. I'm feeling really good and excited about this week. A lot of good things are going on. And I'm currently in the beautiful city of Las Vegas, where it is extremely hot. I think it's about 115 today, but the heat is absolutely incredible. And I know the people in Arizona that's dealing with 120-degree temperature. I know you're listening to this and saying, whatever, man. But let me trust me on this. It is extremely hot here, right? So that's fantastic. So what we're going to be talking about tonight, once again, we're going to tonight is all about having a weekly challenge, doing something different, right? I don't know about you. Sometimes your routine can get old, or you just need something new to inject some energy and enthusiasm into your daily routine to produce the type of success you want. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. There are three keys I'm going to be sharing, and we're going to get started in just a little bit. But until then, just continue, lean into the left, into the right, do your little reggae move. I am so fired up about today and about sharing these tips with you. I'm absolutely excited about this, and I hope, and it's my intention that you receive these tips. So these are some things that I learned over the course of this week that has made some impact on my life. There's some things I am so excited about injecting into my life and into my daily routine to produce the type of success I want. So I want to share these tips with you. And they're absolutely amazing, and I hope you enjoy them. So with that, let me turn off the reggae music. I don't really want to, but I'm going to turn it off just to be able to share this information with you. All right, good. So once again, my name is Chris Gloss, known as the Possibilitarian, inspirational speaker and author. And what I want to share with you are some tips today to inject into your life some energy, some enthusiasm, some motivation, maybe brush the dust off of your current routine, or inject something into your current routine that could produce some significant results, right? So this is a live stream, and I'm testing my webinar system. So at the same time, I decided, hey, why not send a message out there, right? Why not share some thoughts, some things that I've learned? And I'm looking forward to you doing the same thing. So in the comments below, especially if you're looking at this in YouTube or Google+, go ahead and leave some comments, leave some strategic things that are working for you that others could benefit from. And you can always send me an email, because I would definitely love to hear from you as well, at chris@chrisgloss.com. Once again, that's CHRIS@CHRISGLOSS.com. I would love to hear from you as well. So let's dive into this. I hope you're open to a weekly challenge. So let me start out by asking you, are you open to a weekly challenge? Yep. Okay, I see you. Okay, great. So we have a consensus. We are open to a weekly challenge. So let's go ahead and dive in. So these three things are things I just want you to consider adding to your daily routine, right? So the first one, which I heard this morning by a young lady named Africa, I forgot her last name, but she was on Periscope, and she said something that resonates with me that I currently do, not as frequently probably as I should. I usually use this technique when I have a challenge, or if I hit a brick wall, or I know I need some answers or some solutions, and I look within first. I look on the inside for these solutions first. So I normally do a brain dump, or it's also referred to as a stream of consciousness. Now, I've only been using that technique when I hit a brick wall, or there's something that I need to learn, or something that I need to know. However, she presented this information in such a way that kind of intrigued me, and I'm looking forward to and excited about putting it a part of my daily routine this week. So here's what she recommended doing. She said to, as soon as you wake up in the morning, to do this brain dump or stream of consciousness. And what you're going to do is you take out a pen and pad. Take out your favorite notebook, right? So I was going to pull up my notebook, but I have so much stuff sitting on top of it, right? So you just break out your notebook and you just write down everything that comes to mind. Don't prejudge it. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about anything. Just write the things that are on your mind. Just write. Release those things. Get those things out of your mind, right? Because if they sit there, they could possibly become roadblocks throughout your day and cause distractions and cause you to get off course, right? Because we always want to stay focused. So one of the things I want you to write down is that word focus, Focus, forever on course until successful, right? That's one of our intents throughout the day, is to stay forever on course until successful. You know, will distractions come? Absolutely. Distractions will come to knock you off course. Right? And distractions come in all different types of ways. Sometimes your biggest distractions have the same last name. Are you feeling a brother up in here? Sometimes distractions have the same last name. Trust me on this. The people that are closest to you can distract you the most. Right? You don't have to look around for an enemy or somebody walking in the shadows of life, in the dark places of life, and then you say, okay, well, that's the enemy, right? No, that's not your biggest distractions or biggest challenges at times. It's the people that are closest to you that can impact you the most. One negative word from someone you love can absolutely destroy your best plans. So I think experts said it takes 15 words, 15 powerful, loving, thoughtful words to overcome just that one word, that one negative word that was spoken in your life. Right. So we're talking about the first thing I want you to do as part of this challenge this week is in the morning, add to your repertoire, add to your daily regimen program, a stream of consciousness, or some people like to say a brain dump. Right. So you're getting your notebook out and you're writing everything that comes to your mind. Right. Just keep writing whatever comes to your mind. It pops in. If it's Pop-Tarts, right? Pop-Tarts, right? Cinnamon, right? With the frosting on it, right? Put them in the okay. We're not talking about Pop-Tarts, but whatever comes to mind, that's what I want you to write down. Write down all the challenges, write down the goals, whatever pops in your head, you know, and do it for about 10 minutes. Set your timer for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and just go for it, man. Just write down everything, right? Because you're clearing your mind for the day. You're setting yourself up for success that way. Because I know doing that brain dump, that stream of consciousness, I know for a fact that it absolutely works. I always use that when I'm confronted with challenges or particular big decisions I have to make. I always use it, but I never thought of trying it out first thing in the morning and absolutely going for it. And I kind of love it because it would allow me to clear a lot of space in my mind. Right, clear out that space so that I can freely operate in my highest capacity, right? So I hope you add that. So that's number one, doing a brain dump, a stream of consciousness, right? I believe you can have significant value out of doing it that way. So I'm gonna check the chat room. Let me see if in the chat room, if there are any questions. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. All right, fantastic. We don't have any questions. Great. So here we go, team. Let's go to number two. So number one was doing a brain dump, a stream of consciousness, right? So number two is meditation. Some of you are probably already doing this, and I know that, but there are many people that are not meditating in the morning. And I think meditation has absolutely been the key difference in my life for the things that I've been able to accomplish and just able to be here doing what I'm doing what I absolutely love to do more than anything else. Meditation has been that key, right? For me, meditation kind of slows things down, right? It slows things down where I can look at life from a different vantage point, right? It just does that for me, right? And I recommend 10 to 15 minutes a day. My goal is 20 minutes, right? So majority of the time I'm able to hit that goal, and I'm trying to do 20 minutes twice a day. So I'm usually in the morning time, I can get 20 minutes in, but in the nighttime, it's an absolute challenge, right? So that's one of the things I'm still working on. But in the morning time, I can get it in. And it's not necessary for you to do 20 minutes to meditate. It's not necessary to do 15. It's not necessary to do 10. You can become in a meditative state in a little bit of time. But to be honest, here's what I recognize. Here's what I've learned in the process. It's like, and I think Russell Simmons explains it this way when he talks about meditation. It's like having a monkey going crazy in your mind. I mean, this little monkey is just jumping all around. Usually when you first start meditating, the first couple of minutes, your mind can possibly be jumping all over the place. You're going from this thing to that thing, to that thing, to that thing. You're all over the place. It's like a caged monkey in there. But what I found out is the longer you sit there, right? And another piece of advice from Russell Simmons is that you just sit there. You don't move. Don't do anything else. Just sit there, no matter what happens. If you got to scratch, but just don't move. Just don't get up from that position. And here's what I learned that's going to happen. And it's proven time and time again, with as many times as I have meditated to this point, that your mind will calm down. Your mind will rest. It will rest, right? The longer you sit there, it will rest. And if you don't know what to do, just sit there and your mind will quiet down, and you will even stop asking yourself the question, am I doing this right? Is this something I should be doing? Why am I really sitting here? I mean, if you just sit there long enough, you will create a space around you. And that space is where answers are, things that you really want to know. You're trying to figure out your next step, trying to figure out your instructions in life. For me, it's in that meditation. I remember Mike Murdock said it best. He said, you can trace every failure in life to a missed instruction. That's right. I believe that. You can trace every failure in life to a missed instruction, an instruction that you paid attention to. You can trace that you did not pay attention to. You can trace failures back to those missed instructions or the lack of getting instructions, right? Which is also your responsibility. So here's what I personally recommend. Meditate. So there's a new meditation that I was introduced to last week by Dr. Monica Ogando, and she presented on Periscope. She presented the Gayatri mantras. And let me tell you, it's been absolutely amazing for me. I'm still practicing. I'm still learning it. But just listening to the music, if you go on YouTube and search that for the Gayatri mantras, it will blow you. I mean, for me, it creates a meditative state. Just playing the music as I walk around and do the different things I need to get done, it creates a nice atmosphere. It energizes my atmosphere, right? So meditation can take you to new levels and increase your personal energy, increase your awareness, increase your insightfulness, and it causes for me things just to slow down a bit so I can see things from a different from a different vantage point. Because here's what I know. You can't see the picture in life when you're standing in the frame. Yep. And that's where most of us make our decisions. When we're standing inside that picture frame, we're making our decisions and we can't see everything around us. So meditation helps me step out of the picture frame, right? And or at least recognize I need some coaching because I can't see everything. So that meditation helps get me out of the hamster on the wheel type of thing and causes me to have some insight and some things that I need to really take life to the next level. Okay. So that's number 2. That's something that I want you to consider adding to your day. So let's recap. So number 1 was doing the brain dump, the stream of consciousness, doing that every morning, just writing out, just try it for a week, 7 days. I'm going to try it out this week as well to see if it works for me. And if it doesn't work for me, I'm going to junk it and look at some other options as I learn, as I read, as I grow throughout the week to add some value to my life and add some value to my success that I so desire to continue to have in my life. So number 1, brain dump, stream of consciousness. And if you missed the definition of that or what I mean by it, just play the video from all the way in the beginning if you're just not jumping on the live broadcast and hear what I had to share about that, right? All right, so great. And number 2 we talked about was meditation. And there's so many different forms of meditation. Just go ahead, just Google it, right? And you can see all different types, and you can see all different types of teachers if you go on YouTube. But if you're new to meditation, here's one thing I would suggest: do a guided meditation. Search for guided meditations and just start there, and just enjoy the experience, enjoy the journey. And if you're feeling it, you'll learn. If you seek, answers will come. If you knock, the door will be open. If you ask, the answers will come, right? So just live your life that way, experiment with it, and I really believe it can add some value. So here's the third thing, and the third thing is really powerful. And I was listening to a guy that I've come to have a lot of respect for, a really sharp guy. His name is Kevin Madison, and he shared this tip the other night. He said, and this is something you do at the end of the day. And I believe it's a very powerful thing because I believe in questions. It's a question that you're going to ask yourself. And I believe in questions, and I believe questions are absolutely powerful. I believe that questions are the open doors to reality. I believe the difference between where you are and where you want to be are some key questions. Some key questions, that's all. And you might not be asking yourself the right questions. That's why I highly believe in coaching, right? And that goes back to the quote that I just said about how you can't see the picture when you're standing in the frame, right? You get some coaching to help you overcome certain obstacles that you can't see because you might be too focused with your blinders on, and you need some help from someone from the outside that can see what's going on to be able to help you out. Does that make sense? All right, good. So number 3 is a question. It's a very powerful question. So at the end of the day, here's what I want you to ask yourself, right? And I want you to write this down and take notes, right? I want you to write this down. If you haven't written anything else down so far, here's what I want you to write down. This question right here, because I believe it can change your life, right? And I'm gonna give you a second. I'll give you a second to go ahead and get some paper and grab a pen so that you can absolutely benefit from this question because I believe it. I believe it. And since I've heard it, and it's probably nothing new. That's the funny thing about life, that it's probably nothing new. You already know this, but probably just not executing, right? So that's what this kind of message is for. If you're kind of stuck in a rut or you need to go back to some fundamentals to re-energize your daily regiment program, that's what this is for, right? So here you go. Here's the question. Now I want you to ask yourself, what did I learn today? I know you don't see any fireworks in back of the hotel room, anything like that. But it's a powerful question. What did I learn today? Ask yourself that every day you should be learning, right? Every day you should be learning something new as it pertains to your life, your business, your passion, your vision, your goals. You should be learning something every day. And if you're not learning something, then that's a whole nother cast. That's a whole nother webinar that we probably need to do, a whole nother message that we probably need to do, because that's essential, right? You got to reach, right? If you're reaching, there's things you're going to learn. If you're an active participant in your dreams, your goal, your vision, there are things that you're going to learn. Trust me on that. If you're reading books, if you're listening to audios, if you're watching YouTube videos, and here's what it comes to all that. When it comes to, I think Charlie Tremendous Jones said it best. He said, you will be the same person in 5 years, except for the books you read, the audios you listen to, and the people you meet. That's powerful. That's powerful, because those books that you're reading, those audios, and the people you meet should be adding value to your life and changing. But here's the thing I want you to remember, and I want you to write this down also. Aim your reading. Aim your listening. Aim the relationships that you need to have in your life. So what are you talking about, Chris? I want you to be focused when it comes to the things that you're reading, not just reading anything, but as a part of your reading repertoire, maybe 85 to 90% of the things that you're reading, try to aim those things, target the things that contribute to your vision, your goals. So if you're if you're into photography, right? Like majority of your reading, aim your reading to inside of those magazines that represents that industry, books that help you become better in that. Aim, target your meeting, target your relationships, meeting people, other people in the industry, listening to audios, whether it's CDs or audible.com, whatever it is on your iTunes account, podcasts, whatever it is. Aim, target, be around, immerse yourself in your industry. But I highly recognize and I do respect the thought process of allow some time to do other things so that you're just not this intense focused person just on that. Right? Give your mind a break, read some other things, have some fun, watch some sitcoms, right? Situational comedies, watch TV, do something to break the monotony. So you're just not caught up doing that one thing. So, and I believe that can add some value, right? But aim, target your reading. And I think you can get a lot of benefit out of that. So let me continue on with this real quick. So at the end of the day, you're always asking yourself, what did I learn today? So that's part one. There's a part two to once you ask yourself that question. So part one is asking yourself, what did I learn today? Part two to that question, or part two, what I want you to do after you ask yourself and you think about it and you roll it over in your mind, ruminate over it, right? What are you going to do about it? Especially if it was something that adds value to your life, what are you planning to do about that thing? What are you going to do so you can so it can become a benefit to you, right? So whatever that lesson was, if it was a positive lesson, what are you going to do about that? Can you incorporate that more into your week? Can you incorporate that more into your business? Can you inject more of that into the lives of other people? Right? That's a good thing. But let's say, for example, it was something negative. So what are you going to do about that lesson that you learned so that you don't repeat that lesson? Right? What are you going to do different about that? Plan your success for the next day. Be intentional about the actions that you're about to take. I highly recommend that. I highly recommend that you be intentional about those actions that you're going to take. So it's, part one is just simple. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? And you write those lessons down. All right, then what am I going to do about this stuff? Is it something I need to carry over to the next day? Is it something I need to stop? Is it something I need to start, right? Or just continue doing? I don't know, but you need to find out. Be intentional about that. Learn to love spending time with you. Right? At the end of the day, on the other side, or not on the other side, wherever it is you want to go, it's on the other side of, I believe, of personal growth, internal growth with you. The things that need to be adjusted aren't in other people or other things. The things that need to be adjusted are within you. What adjustments can you make so that you're more in alignment, or I heard this word tonight, more in harmony with your dreams and goals, with your life, with your core values, with what you really believe, with your faith, right? It's getting into that zone, right? And hopefully that can make hopefully that can make a difference for you, right? So once again, here's the challenge for this week. There's three things, right? I don't know how that looks on the camera. Three things, right? Three things we talked about doing that. Try to do this every day. Two things are in the morning, one of them are in the evening. And if you change them around and it works for you, just email me, let me know, have fun with it, right? But at the end of the day, be willing to do something different so that you can have a different result. Hope that makes sense to you, right? So number one, let's just review. Number one is a stream of consciousness. It's doing a brain dump every morning. You're waking up, you're breaking out your book, your notebook, and you're writing everything that's first coming to your mind in that morning, getting it out of your mind so that you're not, so there's certain things you probably just need to get out of your mind, brain dumping, getting stuff off, the negative stuff, and putting down the positive stuff, or the things to focus on so that you can have a plan together to execute for that day, doing that brain dump. We talked more about it in the beginning of this, so just watch the replay to get more information. The second thing, meditate. Even if you're a beginning at meditation, I highly recommend search some YouTube videos for guided meditations, and someone will walk you through how to do it. And just be open to learning, open to growing. If you don't kind of vibe with that person, don't worry. There's billions of videos on YouTube. Go get somebody else. I like Russell Simmons. I started out with him, and then I kind of grew to other people, and now I'm expanding and learning more, right? So that's number two, is meditation. Number three is asking yourself every night, what did I learn today? And putting together a plan to execute what to do about those lessons that you learned. So if it's something you need to keep or something you need to get rid of, right? Good. So, hey, I hope you accept this challenge. I'm gonna put this challenge, I'm gonna post this challenge out on Google+, my Instagram, my Twitter, and I may do a Periscope about this tomorrow morning. So if you're on Periscope, follow me on Periscope. If you're not currently following me on YouTube, right, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, so that we can stay connected, and I can find out how you're doing with this particular challenge or other challenges in the future, or share some unique tips, tools, and techniques that help you along your journey. Or you may want to sign up for some webinars. But anyway, we need to be able to be connected. Or you can jump on Twitter at chrisgloss.com. Several ways to be in touch with me. Let's look at my bio and let's stay connected, right? One thing I've always believed, if you want to stay lit up in life, you have to stay plugged in. So go ahead and get plugged in. Let's stay connected. Let's do this thing together. I'm looking forward to hearing some results from this. I want to hear from the people that actually tried either all three or just tried one, or maybe you just thought about it and you tried it midweek. You didn't kind of start Monday like the rest of us will, right? So just consider it. And I look forward to hearing back from you. So until then, continue having a blessed, prosperous, and a productive week. And I look forward to hearing about your positive results. This has been Chris Gloss, the Possibilitarian, inspirational speaker and author, and I talk to you real soon.